Why silence is powerful. 5 Stoic secret advantages of being silent. Modern Stoicism. In a world that's constantly buzzing with noise and distractions, silence is often underestimated. We're surrounded by messages, notifications, and endless chatter, yet the true power of silence is something many of us overlook. But what if silence could actually be the key to unlocking a more focused, intentional, and meaningful life? Drawing from the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, silence isn't just the absence of words. It's a powerful tool for personal growth, clarity, and emotional resilience. By mastering the art of silence, we gain the space to observe, reflect, and act with deeper purpose. In this video, we'll explore why silence is so powerful and reveal 5 Stoic secret advantages of embracing silence in our daily lives. From enhancing self-control to fostering stronger relationships, silence has the potential to transform how we navigate the complexities of modern life. Let's dive into how incorporating this simple practice into our routine can bring greater peace, wisdom, and emotional intelligence. Welcome to Stoic Secrets, where we uncover the timeless tools of Stoicism for a modern world. Number 1. Silence makes you stronger. Silence is more than just the absence of sound. It's a powerful tool that can shape your presence and influence. In the Stoic tradition, one of the most profound lessons is the power of silence. In a world filled with noise, social media, work pressures, and the constant urge to be heard, true strength often lies in choosing not to say everything that comes to mind. Imagine silence not as weakness, but as a way of controlling your emotions and staying calm when others might not. Silence makes you stronger. When you choose silence, you assert control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Consider how silence can impact conversations or negotiations. Have you ever noticed how powerful it feels to speak less but with intention, leaving pauses that make others reflect on your words? The Stoics believed that emotional control was a key to personal strength, and silence allows you to practice it. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can pause, gather your thoughts, and respond with purpose. This makes you appear not only more authoritative, but also more thoughtful and intentional. People respect those who remain silent when necessary because it shows self-awareness and inner strength. Take Louis XIV, for example. The French king was known for his use of silence to command respect. His famous phrase, "I shall see," followed by a deliberate pause, caused even the most powerful people to second-guess their actions. So, how can this apply to you? Silence isn't about withdrawing from conversation, but using it strategically. It amplifies your presence, making others listen more carefully when you speak. You don't need to fill every silence with words. Sometimes, it's the quiet confidence that makes others pay attention. Have you ever noticed how the quiet person in a meeting commands the room when they finally speak? That's the power of measured silence. The more you use it wisely, the more your words become valuable. People start to realize that when you speak, it's worth listening. Silence also gives you the space to think and gain clarity. In a world where opinions are often rushed, a pause can give you a significant advantage. This is a key Stoic lesson. Think before you act. In silence, you find grounding, allowing you to make thoughtful decisions. By choosing silence, you control not just your emotions, but also the impact of your words. Silence allows you to stand out as someone who values calm and composed communication. Moreover, silence is essential for self-reflection. In moments of stillness, you can better understand your thoughts, motivations, and reactions. Silence is a vital tool for introspection and personal growth. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from reflecting inwardly, and silence is essential for that. In these quiet moments, you can grow and find direction in life. Consider Nikola Tesla, known for his quiet nature. Tesla spent more time in silence, focusing on his work rather than engaging in the noise of social life. His silence wasn't a weakness, it was a tool for concentration and deep thinking. Even as his fame grew, his quiet demeanor only added to his influence. Tesla's silence allowed him to create groundbreaking ideas that have impacted the world. Why does silence hold such power in Stoic philosophy? It connects us to our inner selves, helping us act with purpose instead of reaction. By practicing silence, we show self-control and create space for thoughtful action, clarity, and personal growth. Silence allows us to remain steady, like a rock in a storm. The next time you feel pressured to speak, pause, take a breath. What do you truly want to say? What impact do you want your words to have? This is where the Stoic secrets of silence can become your greatest strength. By embracing silence, you'll grow in power and influence without needing to raise your voice or fill every moment with words. You'll lead with clarity, purpose, and authority, a strength that will take you far. Silence isn't just an absence of noise, it's an action. By practicing silence, you gain control over your emotions, increase the value of your words, and build the presence of someone who is composed, thoughtful, and powerful. As the Stoics teach, sometimes the best response is no response at all. So, the next time you face a challenge, remember, silence is your secret weapon. Number 2. You learn to read people. In the fast-paced, constantly connected world we inhabit, where words are often spoken without careful thought, silence stands as a powerful and transformative tool for achieving deeper understanding. It's easy to get caught up in the noise around us, bombarded by information, opinions, and distractions. Yet the quiet moments offer an invaluable opportunity for introspection and observation. One of the most profound benefits of silence is that it teaches us how to truly read people. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it's the intentional practice of pausing and creating space for meaningful reflection. In these moments, we not only listen to what is being said, but also tune in to what is not being said, paying attention to the subtle, unspoken cues that are often more revealing than words themselves. In a world where we're often distracted, it's easy to miss these quiet signals, things like body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. These nonverbal cues can communicate far more about a person's feelings, intentions, and state of mind than any spoken word. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. Silence, when practiced with awareness, helps you achieve this peace of mind, creating a mental space where you can truly listen without judgment or emotional interference. Instead of reacting impulsively to what others are saying, you become attuned to the deeper layers of communication. What's left unsaid, the gaps between words, and the emotions that underlie them. By choosing silence, you give others the opportunity to express themselves more freely, and often in this space, contradictions, hidden feelings, or even truths can emerge unintentionally. When someone speaks, their words might hide their true intentions, but their body language or the tone they use may betray them. Silence, therefore, allows you to catch these discrepancies and gain deeper insight into a person's character or motivations. The more you practice this silent observation, the sharper your ability to understand people becomes. Over time, you'll find yourself better able to read between the lines, perceiving what's left unspoken with increasing accuracy. This skill, once honed, becomes a powerful asset in all aspects of life. Whether navigating personal relationships, managing professional interactions, or engaging in negotiations, the ability to interpret the unspoken, those hidden emotional currents, gives you a distinct advantage. As you develop the habit of silence, you move beyond the superficial and into a realm of wisdom. Rather than reacting emotionally to others' words, you respond with clarity and understanding, attuned to their real needs and intentions. Silence grants you the ability to act with discernment, to engage with others from a place of understanding, and to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. In modern Stoicism, this practice of mindful observation and reflection is not just a tool for deeper insight, but a way of navigating life more intentionally. It is about creating space in the chaos of everyday life for the quiet wisdom that comes from within, for the moments of reflection that allow your actions to align with your values. In today's world, where we are bombarded by constant distractions and external noise, silence offers us a sanctuary. It is a space that allows us to disconnect from the external world and reconnect with our inner selves, enabling us to see things more clearly and respond more wisely. Silence, therefore, becomes a form of emotional intelligence. It helps you cultivate patience, sharpen your perception, and approach life's challenges with greater clarity and understanding. By embracing silence, you not only improve your ability to read people, but also nurture the kind of emotional awareness that is essential for meaningful, authentic connections with others. Whether you are building relationships, solving problems, or navigating difficult conversations, the quiet power of silence empowers you to see the world with greater wisdom and engage in a more mindful, thoughtful way. Number 3, silence helps you control yourself. Silence is not just the absence of sound, but a powerful tool for personal mastery, especially when it comes to self-control. This idea is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which places great emphasis on the importance of mastering our inner world. In the chaotic pace of modern life, where emotional responses are often swift and unchecked, silence serves as a rare and invaluable opportunity to step back and regain control over our actions. The Stoics understood that true virtue comes from mastering our emotions and thoughts, not letting them control us. Silence, then, becomes an essential ally in this journey, providing us with the time we need to reflect, pause, and think before reacting. In today's fast-paced world, whether it's the pressure of a high-stress job or the constant bombardment of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of reacting impulsively. We live in a society that often values quick emotional responses over measured reflection. Yet choosing silence in moments of anger, frustration, or stress allows us the space to detach from the immediate emotional pull. By simply holding back from reacting, we can breathe, regain our composure, and make decisions from a place of clarity rather than being swept away by the tide of strong emotions. In these moments, silence offers us a shield, protecting our peace of mind and our ability to navigate the world more wisely. For instance, imagine a situation at work where your superior treats you unfairly. The natural emotional reaction may be to lash out, to defend yourself in the heat of the moment. However, this knee-jerk response often leads to regret, escalating the situation unnecessarily. By choosing silence, we allow ourselves the time to cool off, gain perspective, and respond more thoughtfully. Silence becomes an act of self-restraint, where we control our emotions instead of allowing them to control us. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In these moments, we realize that our true power lies not in reacting to external circumstances, but in how we choose to manage our internal responses. Furthermore, practicing silence doesn't just protect us from unnecessary emotional outbursts. It also enhances our emotional intelligence. When we hold our tongue instead of reacting impulsively, we convey to others a sense of calm and maturity. In a world that often rewards quick reactions, the ability to remain silent in times of stress or conflict speaks volumes. It shows that we are in control of ourselves, that we have the emotional maturity to handle difficult situations without resorting to rash words or actions. This is a characteristic that earns respect from others and establishes us as individuals who are capable of maintaining their composure under pressure. Silence then becomes not just a means of self-preservation, but a form of leadership. It's a way to show others that we do not need to engage in every battle, that we can rise above petty conflicts and stay grounded in our values. In the Stoic tradition, leadership is not about asserting control over others, but about leading by example. By remaining silent, we demonstrate self-mastery and integrity, which in turn empowers us to maintain our principles, no matter how tempting it may be to deviate from them. In the context of modern Stoicism, silence offers us a chance to practice self-mastery in the face of external chaos. When we choose to remain silent instead of reacting, we fortify our inner peace, making it less susceptible to the turmoil that surrounds us. In a society that often prizes instant gratification and emotional expression, silence allows us to remain anchored, unshaken by the constant noise and distractions. It helps us stay aligned with our core values, ensuring that our responses are driven by wisdom and reflection, not by impulse or external pressure. The art of silence is a powerful reminder that in a world that values quick fixes and instant reactions, sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is say nothing at all. By mastering the art of silence, we not only protect our own emotional well-being, but also cultivate an aura of wisdom and strength that others can respect and admire. In practicing modern Stoicism, we embrace the timeless truth that true power lies not in speaking out, but in knowing when to remain silent and let our actions speak louder than words. Number 4. Silence makes you a better listener. In a world full of noise, silence is a powerful tool that we often overlook. It's not simply the absence of sound. It's a way to shape your presence and influence others. One of the most profound Stoic secrets to living a peaceful and impactful life is the art of silence. When you choose silence, you create space to listen deeply, reflect thoughtfully, and act with intention. Instead of reacting impulsively, silence helps you stay composed and in control, allowing you to connect more meaningfully with others. It's a powerful way to cultivate emotional control and create stronger relationships. Consider how silence makes you a better listener. In any conversation, especially emotionally charged ones, silence gives others the opportunity to speak without interruption. The more you listen and less you talk, the deeper your connection becomes. People feel valued when they're truly heard. Have you ever experienced a conversation where you could speak freely without being interrupted? When you practice silence, you allow others to express themselves fully, building trust and rapport. This simple act of attentive listening fosters stronger relationships and makes you more charismatic. People are drawn to those who make them feel understood, and over time, you become someone others seek to confide in. In today's fast-paced world, silence offers a moment of clarity. With distractions everywhere, it's easy to react quickly without thinking through the consequences. Silence, however, allows you to pause, gather your thoughts, and respond with purpose. Imagine you're in a high-stakes situation and the pressure is mounting. By choosing to stay silent for a moment, you allow yourself the space to think through your response thoughtfully. This Stoic secret gives you the advantage of making better decisions, avoiding emotional reactions, and acting with calm purpose. There's also the power of silence for self-reflection. How often do we rush through life, constantly filling every moment with noise? Silence creates the space to think deeply about your actions and desires. The Stoics understood that personal growth comes from introspection, and silence is key to making that happen. In moments of stillness, you can reflect on your motivations, better understand your emotions, and align your actions with your values. This leads to wisdom and greater self-awareness, helping you to live with more intention. Consider Steve Jobs, who was known for his ability to practice silence, especially in high-pressure situations. Rather than filling every silence with words, Jobs would often remain quiet, allowing others to speak, while he carefully considered his response. This calm demeanor allowed him to focus deeply and think strategically, leading to some of his most innovative ideas. His use of silence wasn't a sign of passivity, but a strategic tool that gave him clarity and authority. Jobs understood that silence wasn't just about being quiet. It was about taking control of the situation and using it to your advantage. Silence helps you control your emotions and remain unshaken. In times of crisis, it's easy to get swept up in the chaos and react impulsively. But by choosing silence, you take a step back, breathe, and observe from a place of calm. This allows you to respond with thoughtfulness and authority, rather than being overwhelmed by the situation. In Stoic philosophy, this is one of the greatest secrets, remaining steady like a rock in the storm. So, what can we take from all of this? Silence is not just an absence of noise. It's a tool that allows you to listen deeply, think clearly, and act with purpose. It helps you build stronger relationships, gain clarity, and become more influential. The next time you face a challenge, remember the Stoic secret. Embrace the power of silence. It's in those moments of stillness that you'll find your strength. Practice silence and watch how it transforms your life, making you more thoughtful, deliberate, and respected. If you're still with me, it's clear you're someone who values thoughtfulness and self-reflection. Now, I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, share your thoughts by saying, "Silence speaks louder than words." Let's keep the conversation going and continue learning together. Stay tuned for more eye-opening insights that will help you embrace the wisdom of Stoicism in your daily life. More transformative content is coming your way soon. Number 5. Silence is a powerful negotiation tool. In the world of negotiation, where every word and gesture can have a significant impact, silence emerges as a game-changing strategy. While many people find silence uncomfortable and instinctively rush to fill the void with words, those who can master the art of stillness often find themselves holding a powerful advantage. This principle is deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy, which values composure and self-control in the face of external pressure. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This timeless wisdom holds true in the context of negotiation, where silence can be more powerful than any carefully crafted argument. When you embrace silence in a negotiation, you create a palpable tension and uncertainty in the room, one that forces the other party to react. This discomfort may prompt them to speak more than they intended, perhaps offering unnecessary concessions or revealing information they would rather keep hidden. The longer they talk to fill the silence, the more they may unintentionally undermine their own position. This subtle shift in dynamics can tip the balance of power in your favor, making the other party feel more desperate to reach an agreement. The ability to maintain composure and remain silent in such situations doesn't just showcase confidence. It allows you to regain control, positioning yourself as someone who is unaffected by external pressures. Silence also offers the priceless benefit of time to think, to process, and to carefully consider your options before responding. Rather than rushing to speak or react impulsively, you can use the silence to evaluate the situation, plan your next move strategically, and make more informed decisions. This calculated approach helps you avoid giving away too much information that could be used against you later. By choosing to say less, you protect your position, keeping crucial details close to the chest. Silence, in this sense, becomes an essential tool for strategic thinking and decision-making. It not only helps you stay focused and composed, but also prevents you from being swayed by the other party's emotions or attempts to manipulate the conversation. Over time, as you become more comfortable with silence, you'll find yourself navigating high-stakes situations with greater ease and confidence, able to read the room and respond with precision. This practice aligns closely with the principles of modern Stoicism, which teaches the importance of maintaining control over one's emotions and actions, especially in challenging circumstances. Silence, when used strategically, becomes not just a way to gain the upper hand in negotiations, but also a reflection of inner strength and wisdom. By embracing silence, you shift the power dynamic, allowing yourself the space to think, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. The more you refine this skill, the more you will find that silence is not just a tool to use in negotiations, but a means of cultivating a mindset that values strategic calm over reactive emotion. Whether in business deals, personal discussions, or even everyday interactions, the ability to use silence effectively can help you make better choices, foster respect, and achieve outcomes that are more aligned with your goals. In modern Stoicism, silence is recognized not only as a practical negotiation tactic, but as a broader life skill, a way of navigating the complexities of modern life with greater awareness and intentionality. As we've seen, silence is not just a simple tool, but an inner strength that helps you control your emotions, develop patience, and build stronger relationships. The benefits of silence, from reading people to improving negotiation skills, are closely tied to Stoic principles. Embrace silence in your life, and you will see significant changes in yourself. Additional insights on the power of silence. Now, let's dive deeper into the further benefits that silence offers, not just in communication, but also in personal growth. Let's explore the additional advantages silence can bring to your life. Don't miss out on the powerful benefits silence can offer, as it will help you enhance focus, develop emotional intelligence, and maintain inner peace. Number 1. Silence enhances your emotional intelligence. Silence, though often underestimated, holds immense power, particularly when used intentionally as a tool for developing emotional intelligence. In Stoic philosophy, emotional intelligence is not just a modern buzzword, it is a cornerstone of living a virtuous and peaceful life. Emotional intelligence can be defined as the ability to understand and manage our own emotions, while also recognizing and responding appropriately to the emotions of others. In today's fast-paced world, where instant reactions and emotional outbursts are often the norm, silence offers a rare and invaluable moment of reflection. It allows us to pause, step back, and process our feelings before we act, which is crucial in avoiding hasty responses that could escalate conflicts or harm relationships. When we are emotionally triggered, silence acts as a buffer, providing us with the space to reflect on the root causes of our emotions. Instead of allowing our emotions to govern our actions, silence helps us regain control and make thoughtful, measured decisions. For example, during a conversation, If you feel irritation creeping in, taking a moment of silence offers a chance to step back and understand why you're feeling this way. Is it something the other person said, or is it an internal trigger from a past experience that has little to do with the present conversation? By pausing in these moments, we begin to differentiate between the emotion itself and our knee-jerk reaction to it. This simple act of silence leads to greater self-awareness, which empowers us to choose our responses more consciously. This practice of choosing silence before responding is not only essential for controlling our emotions, but it also fosters emotional resilience. It helps us to approach difficult situations with greater calm and clarity. When we can master our internal reactions, we become better equipped to navigate the external world. Epictetus, a key figure in Stoic philosophy, wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the essence of emotional intelligence, understanding that we cannot control external events, but we can always control how we respond to them. Silence allows us to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, which in turn strengthens our emotional fortitude. Additionally, by practicing silence, we not only learn to manage our own emotions, but also become more empathetic and attuned to the emotions of others. Silence provides an opportunity to truly listen, to observe and absorb the emotional currents beneath the surface of words. In conversations, rather than reacting immediately to what is being said, silence allows us to step into the shoes of the other person and understand their emotional state. This is critical for building deeper connections and navigating social dynamics with wisdom and empathy. In fact, silence in these situations can be an invaluable tool for emotional connection. When we are silent, we create space for others to express themselves fully and authentically, fostering an environment of trust and understanding. The power of silence extends beyond merely withholding words. It is an active and purposeful practice of emotional mastery. It is not about being passive, but about using silence to give our emotions time to settle and gain clarity. This practice enables us to build stronger emotional intelligence, which in turn enhances our personal well-being and the quality of our relationships. By consistently choosing silence in moments of emotional tension, we are practicing a form of emotional self-control that strengthens our inner peace. This tranquility allows us to handle complex and challenging social interactions with greater wisdom, keeping us grounded in the face of external pressures. In the framework of modern Stoicism, silence is seen as much more than the absence of noise. It is an intentional, thoughtful practice that helps us cultivate emotional awareness and mastery. By choosing silence in moments of emotional disturbance, we don't just protect our peace of mind, we also improve our ability to engage with the world in a more meaningful, compassionate way. Silence becomes an essential tool for navigating both personal and professional relationships with greater understanding, helping us to avoid unnecessary conflicts and build deeper, more empathetic connections. Whether we are dealing with a tense conversation, a stressful situation, or a difficult decision, silence empowers us to make choices that align with our highest values and wisdom. Through the lens of modern Stoicism, silence offers us the opportunity to transform our emotional responses, fostering a life of greater emotional intelligence, inner peace, and meaningful connections with others. Number 2. Silence builds stronger relationships. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, silence is often overlooked, yet it holds immense power, especially when it comes to building stronger, more meaningful relationships. We live in an age where constant communication is valued, and the idea of silence can feel uncomfortable. But have you ever stopped to consider how often we fill every gap in conversation with words, not allowing others the space to express themselves fully? Silence, in its essence, serves as a cornerstone of trust, understanding, and mutual respect in any relationship, whether it's romantic, professional, or even within friendships. When you allow someone to speak without interruption, you're not just creating space for their words, you're validating their thoughts and emotions. You're communicating to them that their perspective matters, that their words are worth listening to. This simple act of attentiveness can deepen the connection between you and the other person in ways that words alone can't. Have you ever had the experience of speaking to someone who doesn't rush to fill the silence with their own opinions or advice, but instead listens attentively, giving you the full floor to express yourself? In those moments, you feel genuinely heard, and that's where true connection thrives. Silence becomes even more powerful during emotionally charged conversations. In such moments, choosing to remain silent, rather than interrupting or jumping in with your own thoughts, allows the other person to express their feelings fully without the fear of being cut off. This small act fosters empathy and understanding, creating a safe space for the conversation to unfold naturally. Think of a time when you were in a heated discussion, perhaps with a partner or a friend, and the conversation threatened to escalate. If you had stayed silent and let the other person finish what they had to say, rather than rushing to respond, wouldn't that have made the discussion more productive? Silence in these instances allows for reflection and consideration, reducing the chance of miscommunication and unnecessary conflict. It helps both parties feel that they are being heard, valued, and understood. Over time, this practice of listening more and speaking less strengthens the foundation of trust between you and the other person. It allows the relationship to grow resilient even in the face of challenges. When you embrace silence, you create an environment where respect and empathy can thrive. This is where silence becomes a powerful tool in creating lasting and meaningful relationships. There's another surprising benefit to silence that often goes unnoticed. It demonstrates a sense of self-assurance. By choosing to remain silent, you show that you are comfortable with yourself and don't feel the need to fill every moment with your own words. This sense of ease is an attractive quality, one that naturally draws people to you. You don't need to talk constantly to prove your value. Your presence alone speaks volumes. In a world that is constantly noisy, taking the time to be truly present in a conversation without rushing to respond is rare. And that's what makes silence so powerful. It allows you to be fully engaged with the other person, without distractions, without the pressure to react immediately. This is a Stoic secret, learning to let silence work for you. By practicing this, you create space for deeper connections, allowing your relationships to grow stronger and more authentic. So, next time you find yourself in a conversation, whether with a friend, a partner, or a colleague, consider embracing silence. Allow the other person the time and space to express themselves fully, and observe how this simple act of quiet listening deepens your connection. Silence doesn't signify weakness or passivity. Instead, it represents strength, presence, and respect. What do you think would happen if you chose silence more often, not as a way to avoid conflict or conversation, but as a way to enhance the quality of your interactions? The impact could be transformative, fostering more genuine and lasting connections in all areas of your life. So, take a step back, allow silence to do its work, and watch your relationships grow in depth and authenticity. To be part of our community, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with "I embrace the power of silence" if you believe in the transformative power of listening and understanding. Your participation helps us create a supportive and respectful environment where we can all grow together. Silence isn't just a tool for personal reflection. It also enhances our ability to truly connect with others. By sharing your thoughts, you contribute to a space where we can learn, observe, and grow in our emotional intelligence and communication. Number 3. Silence promotes clarity of thought. In today's world, where distractions are omnipresent and our minds are constantly bombarded by noise, both external and internal, the value of silence cannot be overstated. Silence has the rare ability to cut through this noise, providing a sanctuary for the mind where clarity can emerge. In these moments of stillness, your thoughts have the freedom to breathe, away from the clamor that so often clouds judgment and decision-making. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. This profound insight captures how silence allows us to focus entirely on the present moment, helping us to set aside unnecessary worries about what's to come. When we embrace silence, we open up mental space that enables deeper reflection, the kind of reflection that is impossible amidst the ceaseless activity of modern life. This space is where complex thoughts can be processed, difficult decisions can be re-evaluated, and insights can arise that would otherwise remain hidden in the rush of daily concerns. It's in these moments of quiet that our creativity flourishes, our strategic thinking sharpens, and we regain a sense of control over the overwhelming demands of life. Silence doesn't just calm the mind, it provides a powerful foundation for self-reflection. It is in stillness that we can distance ourselves from habitual reactions and emotional impulses, offering us a clearer, more grounded perspective. Whether you are facing a tough decision, managing a personal crisis, or navigating a professional challenge, silence gives you the time and space to focus on what really matters. It helps you break through distractions and tune into your deeper understanding, allowing you to make decisions that are more thoughtful, aligned with your true values, and guided by a sense of purpose. The power of silence lies not only in its calming effect, but also in its ability to center us, bringing our innermost thoughts, beliefs, and intentions into the forefront of our consciousness. In those quiet moments, we reconnect with our deeper values, reassess our goals, and make choices that resonate with our higher purpose. This practice is something the Stoics deeply understood. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." His words remind us that silence is not merely about escaping the noise of the external world, but about turning inward, digging into our minds, and uncovering the clarity that lies within. Modern Stoicism embraces this process of inward reflection as essential for living a thoughtful, intentional life. In an age where we are constantly distracted and overwhelmed by the flood of information, silence offers a rare opportunity to reconnect with ourselves. It allows us to detach from the constant barrage of external stimuli, helping us reorient ourselves towards what is truly important. The space created by silence gives our minds the clarity needed for effective problem-solving and thoughtful decision-making. When we step away from the incessant chatter and allow ourselves to pause, we can better assess our options, make more informed choices, and move forward with greater confidence. This is not just about avoiding impulsivity, but about creating the mental bandwidth to think critically and view challenges from all angles. Silence enables us to make decisions that are based on clarity rather than reaction. Over time, practicing silence not only enhances our ability to think clearly, but also strengthens our emotional resilience. It teaches us to navigate life's complexities with a steady, composed mindset, equipping us to handle the most challenging situations with calm and precision. Far from being an empty void, silence becomes a potent tool for cultivating a focused, reflective, and deliberate life. It sharpens our mental faculties, clears away distractions, and empowers us to navigate modern life with intention. In this way, silence is not simply the absence of sound. It is a transformative force that helps us grow in wisdom, strategic thinking, and emotional strength. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Before we dive into the next topic, I want to take a moment to express my sincere appreciation for your time and presence. Perhaps you've experienced something similar or have valuable insights that could enhance our discussion. I'd love for you to comment below with this slogan, "Silence sharpens my mind," or simply share how silence has helped you gain clarity or make better decisions in your life. Your participation means so much and encourages us to continue creating content that truly speaks to you. Now, let's explore the next powerful truth. Number 4. Silence fosters patience and resilience. Silence, though often overlooked in its power, is an essential tool for developing patience and resilience. Two key virtues at the heart of Stoic philosophy. In a world that increasingly values instant gratification, quick reactions, and the relentless pursuit of immediate results, silence offers a much-needed pause, allowing us to step back, observe, and gather the inner strength required to navigate life's challenges. In these moments of silence, we create space for reflection rather than reaction, enabling us to process our emotions before acting impulsively. This deliberate delay in our response is not a sign of weakness, but rather an intentional practice that fosters patience, a critical component of resilience. As the Stoics understood, patience is not simply the ability to wait. It is the ability to endure discomfort and uncertainty without being overwhelmed by it. Silence offers the opportunity to build this kind of enduring patience by allowing us to pause and think clearly in moments of pressure, rather than reacting in haste and potentially creating unnecessary conflict or regret. For example, think about a stressful work situation, perhaps a challenging deadline or a disagreement with a colleague. The instinct might be to react immediately, either by raising your voice or giving in to frustration. But by choosing silence, you give yourself a crucial moment to gather your thoughts, assess the situation from a broader perspective, and decide on a response that aligns with your values rather than your impulses. By practicing silence in these situations, you not only maintain your emotional stability, but you also create the space necessary to respond thoughtfully and deliberately. This is how silence fosters resilience, by helping us withstand the emotional storm without compromising our composure or emotional integrity. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Through the practice of silence, we learn to face obstacles with a calm, collected demeanor, allowing us to turn difficulties into opportunities for growth. The practice of silence also builds emotional endurance, teaching us to endure challenges without resorting to emotional outbursts or seeking validation from others. In our fast-paced, constantly connected world, it is all too easy to seek external reassurance or lash out when faced with frustration. Yet silence teaches us to rely on our own inner strength, fostering a sense of self-sufficiency and emotional independence. In doing so, we become less dependent on external circumstances or others' opinions to define our emotional well-being. This builds a deep resilience that is rooted in the ability to handle adversity with grace, knowing that we have the inner resources to weather any storm. By cultivating silence, we not only enhance our ability to endure hardship, but we also develop the capacity to learn from it, making resilience an integral part of our character. As we embrace silence, we gradually strengthen our patience and resilience in ways that extend beyond isolated incidents. Over time, this practice becomes a foundation upon which we can build greater emotional stability, allowing us to navigate the ups and downs of life with more ease. In a world that constantly pulls us in different directions, silence becomes a reminder that sometimes the most powerful action is the one that comes from within, a quiet, steady response to life's challenges that is rooted in patience and inner strength. In the framework of modern Stoicism, silence is a tool that helps us cultivate a resilient mind, capable of facing adversity without losing our equilibrium. It helps us accept the discomforts of life, not as burdens to be avoided, but as opportunities for growth, all while remaining grounded in our values and emotional integrity. Silence in this sense becomes more than a mere absence of noise. It becomes a powerful practice of emotional mastery, enabling us to face life's challenges with an unwavering sense of patience and resilience. Number 5. Silence is a powerful tool for personal empowerment. In a world that constantly demands our attention, where everyone is eager to voice their opinions and thoughts, silence is often underestimated, but it holds incredible power, especially when it comes to personal empowerment. Think about it. How often do you feel compelled to respond, to fill the gaps in conversation, or to constantly engage with the noise around you? The truth is, silence offers a rare opportunity to disconnect from the chaos and reconnect with what truly matters, your own thoughts, values, and decisions. It allows you to step back, tune out external distractions, and regain control over your own life. This practice is more than just quieting the mind. It's a form of personal empowerment. By embracing silence, you create space to assert boundaries. You no longer feel the need to participate in every conversation or seek validation from others. You start to realize that your worth doesn't come from how often you speak or how many opinions you share. Instead, it comes from your ability to stay grounded, maintain composure, and honor your own values. This is one of the Stoic secrets that can transform how you approach life. Silence teaches you the strength to confidently express yourself without the pressure to constantly fill the air with words. When you choose silence over meaningless conversation, you're not being passive, you're being assertive. You're demonstrating self-reliance, a central tenet of Stoicism. Imagine a situation where you're faced with peer pressure, perhaps at work or in a social setting, and everyone around you is urging you to conform, to follow the crowd, or to speak when you'd rather stay quiet. In these moments, silence isn't weakness, it's strength. By remaining silent, you're not yielding to external expectations or losing sight of who you are. Instead, you're staying true to your inner voice and protecting your integrity. This is the power of silence. It helps you trust your own judgment and make decisions based on your understanding, not the influence of others. As you practice silence more, you'll begin to feel more comfortable in your own skin. Your sense of self-worth will no longer depend on being heard or getting validation from others. Instead, it will come from within, from knowing that you have the strength to stand by your principles, no matter the noise around you. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He wasn't known for being the loudest in the room, but his quiet demeanor and ability to listen carefully allowed him to think deeply, make thoughtful decisions, and lead with confidence. His silence wasn't a sign of insecurity. It was a tool he used to stay focused, to trust his intuition, and to lead with a clear mind. This story shows us how silence can empower us to stay true to ourselves, act with purpose, and influence others without the need to speak excessively. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're expected to speak or react immediately, remember this: silence is not only a sign of strength, but also a means of preserving your integrity and protecting your personal power. Embrace the silence, and you'll discover that your greatest source of strength doesn't come from being heard. It comes from being in control of yourself. By practicing silence regularly, you'll cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and confidence, reinforcing the Stoic secret that true empowerment comes from within. What would happen if you allowed yourself to pause before reacting, to sit with your thoughts and values, and to trust in your own judgment? You may find that silence is the ultimate tool for personal growth and self-mastery. Number 6. Silence improves focus and productivity. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, where distractions seem endless and our attention is pulled in every direction, silence emerges as a powerful antidote to the constant noise that inhibits productivity and focus. The very environment we inhabit is filled with external disruptions, whether from the digital world, the chatter of colleagues, or the hum of everyday life, and internal distractions like the ceaseless flow of anxious thoughts or multitasking. These interruptions scatter our focus, leaving us struggling to complete even the simplest tasks with precision. However, by intentionally embracing silence, we create a mental space that sharpens our ability to concentrate and work effectively. Silence offers a sanctuary, a rare opportunity to dive deep into the task at hand, free from the constant pull of distractions. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." In the same way, true productivity is not about juggling a multitude of tasks, but in narrowing our focus to what truly matters, undistracted and unhurried. Silence is the tool that allows this single-minded focus, helping us give our full attention to the work before us and channeling our energy into it with greater efficiency and effectiveness. The power of silence lies in its ability to foster deep work, a concept described by Cal Newport that allows us to concentrate on complex, meaningful tasks without feeling overwhelmed or scattered. When we eliminate the noise around us, we free up mental bandwidth that can be applied more effectively. Take, for example, a high-pressure project at work. If you choose to step into a quiet space or consciously practice silence during brainstorming sessions, you create an environment that encourages critical thinking and creative problem-solving. The absence of distractions allows your mind to form clear, well-thought-out solutions, enhancing both the quality and speed of your output. Additionally, silence helps counteract the pervasive temptation of multitasking, a practice that modern society often promotes, but that science shows can actually decrease productivity and increase errors. By practicing silence and committing to one task at a time, we increase our ability to perform with precision and accuracy, ensuring that the results we produce are of the highest quality. This focused approach leads not only to higher productivity, but also to a deeper sense of satisfaction in the work we complete. When we give our full attention to one task, the sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that comes from completing it with care and thoughtfulness is immeasurable. The ancient Stoics understood that the key to a virtuous life, one of purpose, focus, and accomplishment, was to remove distractions and align one's actions with intentionality. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, wisely advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By practicing silence, we strengthen our mental focus and resilience, learning to shut out the external noise and return to a place of inner calm and clarity. Over time, this habit of embracing silence during work cultivates not just higher productivity, but also emotional stability. When we can work without being constantly pulled away by the demands of the outside world, we become more adept at staying calm and composed under pressure, which ultimately leads to greater success. Moreover, silence fosters mindfulness, allowing us to be fully present in each moment. In modern Stoicism, this principle of mindfulness is central to cultivating a balanced, intentional life. By removing the external clutter, we can concentrate on the task at hand, making more thoughtful decisions and producing work that reflects our highest capabilities. The more we practice silence, the more it becomes second nature, training our minds to remain focused and composed in any situation, whether at work or in life's more challenging moments. Thus, silence becomes not only a strategy for increasing productivity, but also a tool for personal growth, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. In embracing this quiet practice, we unlock our potential for deeper focus and more meaningful achievements. Through silence, we ultimately become the masters of our own productivity and success, undistracted by the noise that seeks to derail our best efforts. In modern life, where the pressure to be always connected and constantly active can lead to burnout and inefficiency, silence offers the rare opportunity to reset, realign, and refocus on what truly matters. By using silence as a tool, we are able to reclaim our attention, enhance our productivity, and live with greater intention and purpose. Number 7. Silence cultivates inner peace and stillness. In a world filled with noise and constant distraction, silence emerges as a profound tool for cultivating inner peace and stillness, two essential aspects of a balanced life according to modern Stoicism. Amid the pressures of modern life, where external stimuli and emotional turbulence often cloud our minds, silence offers a refuge from the chaos. It creates a sanctuary in which we can step away from the incessant demands of the world and reconnect with our true selves. Just as the Stoics understood that mastering the external world begins with mastering the internal, silence provides us the opportunity to quiet the mind, free ourselves from distractions, and silence the mental chatter that often clutters our thoughts. As Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," and in silence we allow ourselves to turn down the volume of our internal world, allowing us the space to reflect on our experiences, process emotions, and gain clarity about the circumstances surrounding us. Consider a moment when anxiety or stress takes hold, as it inevitably does in a fast-paced, high-pressure environment. In these moments, silence offers a pause, a chance to breathe deeply and reset. Sitting in quiet contemplation for just a few minutes can shift our focus from the overwhelm of external pressures to a place of calm. It helps center our thoughts and bring a sense of balance, where we can begin to see our challenges through a clearer lens. In modern Stoicism, this practice of silent reflection becomes an act of self-discipline, teaching us to detach from the emotional noise that surrounds us and respond from a place of clarity and purpose. Silence, in this way, becomes a powerful antidote to anxiety, a tool that allows us to step back from the rush of daily life and cultivate a deeper sense of mindfulness. By practicing silence, we create the space needed to fully immerse ourselves in the present moment, free from the weight of past regrets or future worries. Moreover, the act of silence fosters not only inner peace, but also a profound sense of stillness that nurtures emotional resilience. When we embrace silence regularly, we strengthen our ability to withstand life's challenges with a calm and composed demeanor, no matter how stormy the world around us may be. In the face of hardship or conflict, silence empowers us to respond from a place of equanimity, allowing us to preserve our mental and emotional well-being. In doing so, silence becomes a tool of resilience, a source of strength that enables us to endure the inevitable ups and downs of life without losing our inner tranquility. This is especially vital in the modern age, where the constant bombardment of news, social media, and the demands of work and family often leave us feeling mentally scattered. In moments of silence, we allow our minds to rest and recalibrate, returning to a state of stillness that allows us to approach life's challenges with greater emotional endurance. Through consistent practice, silence deepens our ability to maintain this inner peace, regardless of the external circumstances. It becomes a protective force, shielding us from the chaos around us and grounding us in what truly matters. Silence helps us refine our emotional and mental states, enhancing our overall sense of well-being. It fosters mindfulness, promoting an awareness that helps us remain rooted in the present moment, even as the world spins around us. In this way, silence becomes a powerful form of self-care, not just for the moments when we are overwhelmed, but as a regular practice that supports our long-term mental and emotional health. Just as we make time for physical exercise to strengthen our bodies, we must also make space for silence to strengthen our minds and souls. In the context of modern Stoicism, silence transcends its role as a mere absence of noise. It becomes a deliberate practice, an active choice to cultivate peace and stillness in a world that constantly pulls us in different directions. In choosing silence, we embrace the opportunity to reflect, reset, and strengthen our resilience, turning inward to maintain the clarity and calm that helps us navigate the external chaos. Silence is, therefore, not just a retreat from the world, but an engagement with our deeper selves, offering the opportunity for growth, insight, and a greater connection to our inner peace. By integrating silence into our daily lives, we don't just escape the noise of the world. We learn to thrive in it, grounded in the stillness we have cultivated within. In this way, silence becomes a cornerstone of emotional well-being, a practice that nurtures the resilience and tranquility required to live a mindful, fulfilling life in the modern age. In conclusion, silence is far more than just the absence of words. It's a powerful tool for personal growth, emotional mastery, and success in our relationships. By embracing silence, you open the door to greater strength, resilience, and clarity. The Stoics understood this well, using silence to cultivate self-control, improve understanding, and make wiser decisions. From enhancing emotional intelligence to deepening our connections with others, the benefits of silence are vast and transformative. It helps you stay calm in challenging situations, strengthens your relationships, and empowers you to navigate life with focus and purpose. The next time you're faced with a decision or response, consider the power of silence. Use it as a tool for personal empowerment and emotional peace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Secrets. Turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos where we explore more Stoic principles and how they can transform your life. What role does silence play in your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below.